Oh my goodness, we're live for the first time ever. So we're gonna see who comes in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor and he writes out all of my prescription and he gives me all of my medicine in my room. So looks like somebody is coming in. I've never been live, so I don't even know how this works. I see people coming in, but I don't see their names or like, can they ask questions? Lordy, I don't even know how this work. Oh, there's Beth. Hi Beth. So y'all speak so I know who's here because I don't know if you don't speak. There's Leslie P. Hi Leslie. And who else is this? This Denise. Denise, my round hips. Yes, first time. Denise, first time ever live. You know, and what happened was I was making a video and Charles was in the room sleep, taking a nap, and he come out here with his blanket in the middle of my video, and so he thought it was live. Denise say, "Hey, bro, law."
Hello. I didn't think it was live.
Oh, there go Deborah. Oh my goodness. So anyway, so you were just pretending, you were just kidding. So anyway, he was like, "This live?" And I was like, "No, this is not live." So I was like, "Hey, let's go live." So he wanted to know if the people had some questions because
you want to know if the people had some questions. I already answered your questions.
See, this is why we can't do no live. This is why we can't do live because he's just contrary. Baby, I'm the one who wanted to know if the people had questions.
You asked me questions. Remember, you said what kind of questions I have about you.
And you said you know everything you need to know about me.
I said I know everything about you.
Yeah, you said you know everything. And I said you don't know everything about me. So I was asking him questions.
I do know everything about
and you were answering. He was answering all the questions. I was asking what was my favorite food. And y'all, I ain't going to tell y'all what he said because I'm going to save that for the other video. And ask him what shoe size I am and all of these different questions. And he got it right. He got it right. But I'm going to upload that. But so do you all have any questions for him or for me or for us while I have him live on here? So many people have said, "D, why don't you do live?" So I'm a little nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous because it's like the same as talking to the camera, but you know, talking to the camera, I edit out what I don't want y'all to hear. I'm glad to see my hubby. Hi, Tasia. So I edit out the thing when I, get diarrhea of the mouth. I edit it out, but ain't no editing here. And when you on camera, Deborah asked, "Do you ever get tired of me on social media?"
Of course. You know, sometimes I want to come out and talk, but she on social media.
Can y'all hear him? I just want to make sure, can y'all hear him? Go ahead, baby. Tell him.
Yeah, I said, of course. Sometimes I want to come out and talk about me, but she's talking about her, talking about everybody else, from the kitchen to the Walmart to Publix to, I don't know. So I just shake my head and just do me. So, of course.
Okay.
But there's no bother. There's no, to the point where if I get tired, I tell her, turn it off. So, if it bothers me too much.
Okay, I gotta be more. Yeah, Toby Keith, Deborah, it's Toby Keith. What does he think about your YouTube channel and the Blessed Place?
Well, I don't tune into YouTube. I don't do too much social media. But for what I hear, it's a blessing to her, but also a blessing to others. So I embrace that. And because everything that she does is not for me, I give her that longitude, latitude of freedom, where just because she does YouTube and the Blessed Place, that don't mean YouTube and the Blessed Place is for me. That's something that she likes, and it's important to her. And so my thing is, what's important to her is important to me. So I allow her to do it with no restrictions.
Okay. Leslie P asks, how do you deal with flirtatious women? And it went by really quick, but I know you had asked me this on the question and answer. Beth says the blessed place is really a blessing to us, to them. So Leslie P says, how do you deal with flirtatious women in the church?
Well, you have to deal with that. First of all, you got to know who you are. And if you are a man of God, and they know you're a man of God, and you carry yourself like a man of God, that get nips in the butt real quick, where that's something you don't play with.
I said, Breeze.
Because you don't have time to play with that right there, because that's not gonna do nothing but bring problems to the church, destroy your ministry, destroy your wife. So something like that right there, I would nip that in the bud real quick. And also you have to use wisdom too. I've come to find out that my wife haven't told me anything wrong when it comes down to another woman in the church, out of the church. So use some wisdom there, and quick wisdom. That's nothing to languish with.
Denise, are you asking how do you handle it? Oh, thanks. Hi, Sophia Reese. Thank you. Thanks for being a blessed one. So, Denise, were you asking? Oh, so baby, Denise is asking. She understands everything you're saying, but how do you handle it? I guess if you have a flirtatious woman.
Oh, I tell her quick. I'm married. I'm happy to marry her. I got time for that madness. You cut it off. Certain stuff you just don't play with. I would handle it as if I'm married, I'm happy to marry, and get thee behind me, Satan.
Beth wants to get thee behind me. Say, Beth wants to know: did you always know that you were a pastor or going to be a pastor?
No. Been told, prophesied over, but me always no, never. Didn't have no desire or anything remote to that, but no. But I always knew that I would be saved. I always understood promises of God. I always understood prayers of the righteousness. So those things are always understood. I always knew that I was going to heaven because of my father and mother prayers. But as far as being a pastor, no.
Good question. Any other questions, you guys? Well, I have this rare opportunity to have my husband in here with me. So, until somebody...
Well, who out there in the audience is married? How many people is married?
Oh, Sophia said I should do more story times. I told him that the story time when you took me to McDonald's. If you were not a pastor, would you... Oh, man. In the church. I'm sorry, Denise. If he was not a pastor, would he do what? Hi, Deborah. Deborah Calhoun. Deborah says my sister Deborah says she kind of married. Denise, I'm so sorry I missed that. If Charles was not a pastor, Sabrea says she's single and still looking for her soulmate. I remember McDonald's. Denise said, don't make her holler. Beth said she remember that McDonald's story. Baby, I told him how I was so hurt.
I don't know why you was hurt.
Would be okay. Wait, Denise, are you asking? Would Charles be at Glorious if he was not the pastor? I'm in a new relationship 6 months. Okay, higher faith. I hope that relationship turns out to be a blessed one. But they could leave this stuff on the screen just a little longer for us older readers. So, because Denise, are you asking would Charles be at Glorious if he was not the pastor? I'm not sure if that's what you were asking. If he wanted it different. Oh, If you were not the pastor, babe, would you want a different position?
In the church?
Yes.
Yes.
What would you want? What position would you want?
I want to be a greeter, a doorkeeper.
Okay. Greeter. I think that's an awesome ministry. Being a greeter. Awesome ministry for the right person. Yep. Did he say greeter? Question mark? Yep.
I could make people feel welcome coming into church.
Deborah said you would be an awesome door greeter. Yeah, I agree with that, Deborah. Lord, baby, you don't want to change positions to door greeter?
Take that up with God.
Take it up with God. Lord Jesus, forgive me, Lord. Forgive me for that question. I can't remember something I was about to say though. Let me see. What are your plans this evening? Are you doing something fun after this? Beth, girl, no, it's nighttime here.
Beth living
Other than singing, Beth lives in England. Yeah, so Beth, when we get done with this, honey, us old folks going to bed a decent hour after being to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. She says midnight. It's midnight there.
Oh, it's midnight. So you get up going to work in 4 hours.
So Denise, she know me saying other than singing, because she know, girl, if I could be the praise and worship leader, that's what I would be. But other than singing, Denise wants to know what position would I be in the church. You know who I would love to be? I would love to be... No, I was going to say I would love to be the First Lady's aide. What do they call them? Like armor bearer or the aide. But no, I don't think that'll be a good one, because I'll probably be a sorry aide. She'd be asking me if
I agree with that.
She'd be asking me, do I have her handkerchief? And I'd be like, oh, I forgot to bring it this Sunday. Oh, Denise, what you do? That's what I would love to do. I would love to do the announcements. Yes, I would love to do the announcements, like the way you do them, and that's what I would like, because you make me like, oh, I want to do that. Those who don't know, my sister Denise, my round hips, she does our announcements and our PR, and she does them awesomely. So I'm coveting her gift. That's probably what I would want to do, Denise, just to answer that question. Yeah, you're awesome. And I'd be like, oh, she is so good.
So where do y'all all live at?
So we already know Beth lives in, I think she said Manchester. We know where Denise and Deborah live. What Sabria's and Higher Faith 101 and who else did I see it here? Denise Sanford, New Jersey. Sabria's live in New Jersey. Oh, that's where some of our church family's from. Leslie is in Georgia. Deborah Calhoun is in Seattle, Washington. Rico, what I have to find. Wow. Southern California. Linda L is in Southern California. Hi, Dee and husband. Hi, Shanae. Shanae kids. In London. Deborah Deltona. Hey, don't steal my thunder. Wanda is in Georgia.
What part of Georgia?
Yeah, my husband's asking my family. They want to know Charles want to know what part of Georgia, because he knows people in Georgia. We have family in Georgia. Choo Choo Girl is in St. Louis, Houston, Texas, Lawrenceville, Georgia. Lawrenceville, Georgia is one of Linda's in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Wanda's in Columbus.
Columbus.
Yeah, so we got people from all over. The blessed place is nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. Yeah. So come on with some questions, y'all. Want pasta? Yes, it's global, international. Y'all been wanting me live. You want my husband live?
So the one who's been on dating for 6 months.
I think that's Higher Faith 101. I think been dating for 6 months, if I got it right. What you got a question about?
Is you in love yet?
Yeah. So Higher Faith wants to know if we're in love yet. So baby Denise wants to know what our favorite things to do, other than dining out.
Well, helping people.
Okay, Deborah want to know what's making me mad.
Going to movies, I would say. Visiting family and friends. Just kicking the bobo. Y'all know what I mean by kicking the bobo? Just laughing, talking.
Higher Faith said he tells her that he's in love with her.
Okay.
So, I think it was Denise. Somebody want to know what's our favorite thing to do. And I like what you said about giving to people. We spend a lot of our time kind of going places, doing things, giving to people, taking care of people or whatever. So that's one thing. But we do need to get out and do a little bit more fun stuff. My favorite thing to do is go to the beach.
It's too cold.
I know that's right, Deborah. Here go right here. I got it right here. So let me go get me a pen, cause you're right. Cause my brain ain't so good. So by the time these questions come rolling around so quick, let me get me a pencil, a pen.
Higher Faith, let him keep pursuing you, okay? Let him keep chasing after you.
Okay. On our screen. Oh, you can still see the comments. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe I can too if I. No. Can't see there. No, on my screen it just rolls really quick. But that's all right. I got my. See, this is my first time live, Deborah, so I didn't think about that. And I didn't know how fast the comments would roll across the screen, so I jotted my little note down. So I'll know. How do you know if a man really is interested in you when you first meet them?
He'll pursue you. All men is like a good chase. If he ain't chasing after you, that's an issue.
I can put it on slow mode. Let me see. I don't know. I don't want to. You see at the bottom says top chat. No, I don't see nothing says top chat. Let's see. No, that's.
She got me live on TV and don't know how to operate stuff.
Wait, that's turned into the other way. The camera the other way. Okay. You do? You have to. I don't have any of that. Hey, Sherry.
All this bootlegging broadcasting we got going on here.
Yes, Bootleg Studio. If y'all see how this tripod I got jacked up, everyone's a minute.
It's hard being a preacher out here.
Don't say everybody stop for a minute. Let the old lady.
This reminds me, it's hard to be a pimp out here. Now it's hard to be a preacher up in here. The bootleg material she got going on here.
No, I don't see none. Show the chat. Show live. Oh, show live chat messages. Let's see what this is. No, it's already on. Okay, so all right, we just go proceed because I don't see none of this stuff y'all talking about. That's all right. I got my little notes right here. So when y'all ask something, I'll write it down or write down the highlights and who said it. So if you asked a question and I missed it, please repeat it and I'll write it down this time. But I think we answered Denise's question, wanted to know what we like to do. And of course, Denise, because you know us, I wish we had more time, and I'm looking forward to us having more time to spend together. And when we do, I want to go walk along the beach. I love the beach. I want to go spend some time, like weekend getaways.
Oh, we travel. We love travel.
Yeah, we love to travel together and individually. So, babe, what do you like to do individually? What do you like to do?
Just to get some rest, some me time right now. Have different moments.
Hey, girl, how you doing? So, what if he chased you, but he has a hidden agenda? A hidden agenda. Sabrea. So what if he has a hidden agenda?
Well, you need to find out what's his hidden agenda. Don't be to the point where he got a hidden agenda where if you feel as though there's something he's doing wrong, most likely there's something he's doing wrong. Something that he's hiding, most likely there's something that he's hiding. If he's not taking you to meet his family or inviting you to be with his family and all that, or always you always finding little things, or you finding out that what he says is not always the truth, he got a hidden agenda somewhere.
Okay, baby. So Deborah, not my sister Deborah, Deborah Calhoun wanted to. She was asking, do I want to ride horses in Bahamas? No, I don't want to get on no horse, but I do want to go to the Bahamas.
You've been to the Bahamas?
Yes, I've been to the Bahamas, but I want to go again. But I really want to go to Jamaica.
You've been to Jamaica?
I want to go again. Oh. He think you only go somewhere one time. Beth wanted to know, how did we know that each other was the one? How did you know I was the one? No. And when did you know?
How did I know? Well,
he said, let him get up for this one.
I don't know if most of y'all know that I've been to prison. That I spent like 15 years in a federal penitentiary. 15 years. Mandatory, day for day. And no, I didn't kill nobody. I just went to trial, trying to prove my innocence. And so the judge, they offered me a go home ticket, but I said, but long story short, I went to trial, me and my lawyer, and because we thought that we could beat it, and we didn't beat it, and so the judge gave me a 15-year mandatory sentence. So this has to be around about my maybe 12 years in prison, and did you come see me? And so
you gotta know, I knew him before he went.
Yeah, she knew me before she went. We've been knowing each other like over 31 years. And so she come see me this one particular time, and so I'm about to get out. And I went through a change of events in my life while I was in there. I lost my brother, I lost my grandmother, I lost my uncles, I lost my granddaddy, I lost my daddy, and then I lost my mom. And so Deidre came to see me, see how I was doing and everything. And so we sitting out there in the visiting room. And so so I'm just pouring my heart out to her out there in the visiting room. And so she started crying. You know, just tears just going down her eye, coming down her eye, her cheeks and everything. And I'm wondering, I looked at her and I said, What are you crying about? What are you, why are you shedding so many tears? And she looked at me. I'm shedding tears because of you, because of your hurt. You know, I just can't stop it. That's when I knew that she was in love with me. You know, I always knew she loved me, but right then and there, that's when I knew that she was in love with me, because here it is. I'm pouring my heart out. I'm letting that little boy come out, and she just wanna embrace that little boy. She wanna hug that little boy. She wanna mend my heart, and in which at that particular time, she understood that my heart is not me, and my heart is still broken, and she just wanted to take me home, and so and nourish me back to health spiritually and mentally and emotionally. And so that's when I knew that she was in love with me. But I would say that me myself, I was in love with her way before she was in love with me, and not because I was in prison or anything like that, because many relationships that I could have had while I'm in prison, and so, you know, and many people will come and visit me. Many different women come and visit me, you know, friends and stuff. But the thing about it was that I knew that I was in love with her and that she was the one. So that's when I knew that she was in love with me.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm writing my note here because somebody asked a good one about should you consider someone you're not physically attracted to. But let me first go back. Would you recommend women give men fresh out of prison a chance or wait and let them, I think she basically, so Denise said, do you think, and I'll get back to when I knew I was in love with him, but Denise said, do you think that should a woman give a man a chance who's fresh out of prison, or do you wait a while and let him live and see how he lives and what he does?
That comes with a lot of dynamics, where if he's fresh out of prison, and it all depends on the level of maturity and how long he's been in there, because I wouldn't recommend you falling in love with a guy fresh out of prison. I wouldn't recommend that you give your heart to him. I think you need to let him live, let him adjust to this world, but also he has to have the right mindset. He has to have the right mindset that I'm fresh out of prison, and whatever it do, I'm gonna do it to make it. If I got to get on the garbage truck, if I got to wash some dishes, if I got to, and he has to understand himself, because if he don't understand himself, he's gonna head back to prison and he's gonna ruin your life. So you have to use real wisdom with a man fresh out of prison. Recommendation: let him walk it out and see. Let him see. Can he come to church? Let him see. Can he do what's right? Let him see. Can he make it in life? Let him see. Do he have a heart to change? Because he should have changed while he was in prison. So when he get out of prison, the change is already taking place. But if that change hadn't taken place, I recommend you run.
Yeah. I just want to go back to when I think Beth asked the question, and when did I know that I was in love with Charles? Just like Charles said that I knew he was in love with me way before I was in love with him. Again, we were friends for about 20 years before we got married. We met at a club on the dance floor. We probably knew each other about 3 years when he went to prison, something like that, about 3 years. I loved him, but I wasn't in love with him as far as a possibility of a husband. He would always tell me that he loved me and was in love with me, and I was going to be his wife one day, and it was like, yeah. Well, probably when I realized that was not even something major that happened. What happened, I remember walking. I remember so vividly, I was walking one day, getting exercise, crying out to the Lord. People probably passing by me want to know, probably think I'm some abused victim, something. Why am I crying? But I'm walking and crying. And I was crying out to the Lord saying, Lord, I want a husband. And the Lord Charles came to mind. I can't say the Lord laid him on my mind, but Charles' name would always come up in my spirit because remember, we're friends. By this time, I've known him for years. I've gone to visit him a few times in prison, and
I had to pay for those trips. Would y'all believe that?
Anybody ask you about all that? So I was his name would come up in my spirit. Like, what about Charles? And I'm like, no, he was not an option for me. He was not an option for me because he was shorter than me. He was not an option. I'm 6'2". Charles want to be 5'9", 10, 11. He about 5'9", 5'9.5". I'm going to give him a half. But it was that he was too short. It's also, too, because he had been in prison. Like I always told him, I'm a good girl. I ain't never been in trouble. I ain't never been in prison. I work for law enforcement. So him, even considering him as a husband, because I know the limitations that come with having that type of background, and all of that. So, she was a digger.
Huh?
Denise thought I was a digger. What, a gold digger?
Yeah.
So anyway, I just, didn't think of him. But it just, for me falling in love with Charles was just a process. And basically the process was I would tell the Lord what I wanted in a husband. Oh, yeah, Denise said gold digger. I would tell the Lord what I wanted in a husband, and then Charles' name would come up. And I said, Lord, I want a man who's loving, Charles. A man who's generous, Charles. A man who's come from a good family, Charles. A man who's going to love me like Christ loved the church, Charles. A man who's going to love my daughter like it's his daughter, Charles. Everything I was like, Lord, I want. And every time Charles' name would come, I'm like, no, Lord, not him. I'm talking about somebody else.
See that?
I'm like, no, Lord, not him.
Bashing me.
Yep. So
Using me.
Yep. And then after a while, just one time, it just clicked. When the Lord just brought it up to my spirit again, I said, well, Lord, I think you're trying to tell me something. Maybe it's Charles. So basically, it was no big revelation. It was just kind of like, maybe it's Charles. Maybe. And I made a decision. I decided that, you know what? I'm going to stop saying no. I'm going to stop, like you said, just pushing that down. And I'm going to say, yes, Lord. I'm going to say, yes, Lord. And I'm going to believe. And first and foremost, I said, I'm going to believe what you told me. Because God had previously told me, it was maybe like 8 years prior to this, that if you delight yourself in me, I'm going to give you the desires of your heart when it comes to marriage. And eventually, I'm glad he got on some underwears. I was like, oh no, wait, he ain't got on no, he got on shorts. But yeah, so I decided to believe what God had told me, because God had said, if you delight yourself in me, I'd give you the desires of your heart. But I didn't know it was gonna be him. So someone asked, and I'm sorry I didn't write your name, but someone asked a very good question. Should you consider someone you're not physically attracted to? And that kind of segues. So when he comes back, I'll let him answer that. But it kind of segues into what I just said about Charles. Okay, I met Charles on the dance floor. In a club, and Charles came up to me, and he said, "Hi, my name is Charles." Thank you. Thank you, Beth. So, what's your favorite vid that you might? Okay, let me write that down, Sophia. Favorite fave vid. Okay. So I was thinking, what do you do? Oh, Carrie. Oh, Lord. Oh, delight. Okay. Somebody asked Carrie, one of my sisters, or I don't know, might not have been my sister, but somebody asked me that. What is it to me? Or we talked about it in our women's ministry. So I'll get to that too. Very good question. But, baby, the question was, should you consider someone you're not physically attracted to? So let me just say real quickly that with Charles, I was attracted to him because he was handsome. So, and I was attracted, and it is different things that make you make someone attractive. I've never been a person who was into the physical. Like, your abs don't do nothing for me. I mean, zero. I don't even like seeing pictures of men with their shirts off. Because when I tell you, your abs doesn't do nothing for me. Your six pack. Even when I was young, even when I was, slim, trim, young, hot out there in the world, your abs didn't do nothing for me. But a man who's intelligent, a man who could speak well, a man who will approach you the right way, etc., all of that. That's what that's what attracted me. So when he came over and spoke to me, that's what attracted me to him. So that's what I found attractive about him. However, I was not attracted to his height. I was not attracted to his stature. So I think you should consider someone that you might not be attracted to. I'm attracted to him, and I was attracted to him, but like I say, but the height thing just kind of bothered me, and I was not attracted to the height difference. I'm 6'2", he's about 5'9", and I love heels. So in any day, I'm 6'4", 6'5", and he'd be like right here to me, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. So baby, should you consider someone that you're not physically attracted to? Would you consider marrying someone?
Yes. Why I say that's so positive? Because for the mere fact of the matter is, you have to get past the physical. Is that individual and understand what is love. That's if you're truly looking for love. Or are you looking for someone who you're attracted to? Because there's a difference between looking for someone who's I'm attracted to, or am I looking for love? Because once you begin to understand love and what love is, and we talked about that today in church, that you get a different perspective of it. Because if that individual is not acting unseemly. Because let me tell you what love is, and you can go to that 1 Corinthians 13 chapter. But it's some characteristic of love that you have to look and understand, especially in a man and in a relationship. Because for the mere fact of the matter, is he treating me right? Do he mind getting up, going to work in the morning?
Amen.
One of the craziest things I ever heard of is a stay-home dad. I don't understand that, because a real man, he's going to want to be a provider for his family. Because that's what we do. That's in a DNA where God has given us. And so if he's treating you right, and if you're looking for love, you have to get past that physical, because in that right there, love is totally different from, hey,
thanks, Deborah.
I'm looking for someone who's attractive, or am I looking for love? He's not gonna he's not gonna act unseemly. He's not gonna be rude to you. He's gonna want to prove himself to you. He's gonna now he's not gonna be a cheater. He's gonna be a provider. And what I'm saying to you is, you have to change the way you're thinking. And in time, it comes. That's why we have so many divorces today, because they're looking at attraction and not looking at what love is. Because looking at love, you're like, wow, he does love me, and he may be bald, he may be short, he may be not the most handsome person in the world, but I'm looking for love. Now, don't get me wrong, attraction has its benefits, but love is what you're looking for, So if you're looking for love, you don't worry about that physical attraction. But are you looking for attraction and then want love? You got a problem. Look for love first.
But what if you're just not attracted? What if it's a person that, offers you all the things you're looking for, but you're just not attracted to him?
Well, I tell you what, I guarantee anybody's attracted to love. I'd rather have somebody I'd rather have love than attraction any day. So it all depends on what I said. What are you looking for? Are you looking for love, or are you looking for attraction?
Then he said, what if he ugly? I mean, like ugly.
Well, you can dress him up. You always can get him new clothes. You always can dress him up.
But yeah. I barely have ever met an ugly person that does not look better with their personality and a good bath, a shower, a good haircut, some nice clothes, good cologne. I've seen men that can go from a 2 to at least a 6 or 7 just from those things. Or with low lighting. I know that's right, Beth. Some good low lighting. I was told that, man. Leslie said that she was told that men are visual. So what about, I guess maybe she's mentioning that because, men looking for a woman, a lot of times they're missing good women because they're looking at the visual.
Well, that statement that you said, I honestly believe that's a true statement, but I also believe that's a true statement with age. Men are visual between the ages of, I think, 16 to at least 25. This is when we start waking up. And why I said 25, because most likely at 22 they finished college and everything, and they didn't have their share of experience of women's, and they're coming to find out that, guess what? It ain't all about the looks. This is when they begin to mature and understand that, hey, guess what? It's more to life than how a woman look, because this right here fades away. And so now, so because hey, you have to be a certain criteria for me at 16 because of what we call now social or acceptance. social media.
Baby, some NYC, she says she thinks more like you said to about 25, and she said she thinks about more like 45. I was in agreement that it's at least about 35. These days, I think it's at least about 35, 38. Because you got so many 35-year-old men still looking at the all visual.
Well, he hasn't matured yet then. You know, and I guarantee you, if he's looking at that, most likely he's not succeeding in life. He's still single. He got 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 kids from 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different mamas. You know. So where does that come in at? You know, you got to make the choice. He has to make a choice.
Okay. I love that they're having their conversation in the room. I can't wait to read at the end of the. I hope all these comments will be in the video and I can read it later. But
don't allow a man to dictate who you are or what you are or how you are to change, or that's going to say as a magazine or as a TV where hey, she gotta have long hair, she gotta have short hair, she gotta have curves, she gotta have this, she gotta have that. No, I'm who I am. I'm a good thing. You gotta tell a man. You know, sometimes y'all women don't tell us who you are. You let us try to.
Y'all tell us who we are.
Yeah, and so, but you have to have enough common sense, because this thing is not complicated. You gotta have enough common sense to let him know, hey, guess what? I'm a good thing. I ain't no bad thing. Oh no. I'm a good thing, just like I am. This is who God created. This is who I am. So I am a good thing. That wakes us up. That make us pursue you. That make us say, well, wow, she know who she is. It's going to do one or two things. It's going to make him pursue you, or it's going to run him away. And if he run away, he need to be run away. Especially when you stating who you are.
Yeah. And I try to tell women so much that I'm so glad you hit that on the head, where we change so much for a man. We change so much in hopes that he will like our long hair, our short hair, our blonde hair, our black hair, our big boobs or our reduced boobs, or our big butt or our little butt, or our curves and our this. Now, there's nothing wrong with improving what you don't like about yourself. There's nothing wrong. I applaud, I advocate, change what you want to change, enhance what you want to change. But don't ever do that because you think that this is what's going to get a man. You are more than enough yourself. And I can remember I'm not too much into celebrity gossip and stuff, but I remember reading something about T.I. and Tiny, and where it said when Tiny started changing things about herself, changed her eyes, changed her butt implants, that Tiny was like, T.I. was like, okay, there's the outside world, there's the entertainment world, the outside world, there's all these women doing this and that, but then Tiny, it was home. Tiny is where home is supposed to be. And now home looking like the world. She's changing herself to look like all these women that's out here. You know, so like I said, I'm loosely, paraphrasing this stuff because I'm not into all of that stuff, but when I read that, I was like, wow, because we think we have to change so much to get a man. And if we realize a man is more attracted to you being fully and authentically yourself, a man respects you and wants to know more about you when you don't care to change for him. Now, if you change it for the better, if you're improving for the better, then that's awesome. But when a man realizes that, oh, she ain't changing for me, oh, she ain't running after me, oh, she got values, and oh, she don't let me just treat her any kind of way, oh, she don't let me just talk to her in any kind of way, oh, she ain't just the run-of-the-mill woman. He wants to know what is different about you. What is it about you that you value yourself so much? What is it about you that you're not changing for him? You're not rearranging your life for him. Somebody wanted to know, well, maybe you can explain this. What you think on your Carrie asked, what does it mean to delight yourself in the Lord? When the word tells us to delight ourselves in the Lord, who give the desires of our heart. I use that quite often about relationship. When you want a relationship, delight yourself in the Lord.
You're right.
Well, okay. Well, for me, when the Lord told me to delight myself in the Lord, what I truly believe that means is to put your mind towards the things of God, rather than trying to put your things on the things of the world, how to get a man, how do I get a husband, but rather, Lord, how do I serve you? Use me as your servant. Delighting yourself in the Lord is, the Lord tell us to fail not to assemble ourselves together with other believers, going to a church, but most of all, getting into your word, reading your word, studying your word, doing things for others. How can you serve? That's the main thing, being a servant. How can I serve the world? How can I serve people? Who can I help? And it's basically getting out of self, because, and I know from being, I was single I was single forever, but between my boyfriend and my husband was 13 years. And so what it was for me was not worried about me. And a lot of times, that those things will come up. Me. Lord, when are you going to bless me? When am I going to get my husband? Where is my husband? And to me, delighting myself was getting out of that me. But it was serving the Lord and serving other people. And the way you serve the Lord is through people, because God is a spirit. And those who worship him must worship him through spirit and truth. So because God is spirit, you can't he's not a physical body to serve. So how do you serve God? Through people.
But also, delighting yourself in the Lord, it has different aspects, because I find that when you start delighting yourself in the Lord, you're falling in love with God on a one-on-one basis, where just like in a relationship, you find yourself giggling with the Lord. You find yourself, or man, God, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? See, that's
G. I hear you, G. You funny.
That's what? That's delighting yourself in the Lord. Where here it is now. You're in a personal relationship with somebody. That's just like when you're in a personal relationship. You want to spend more time, because now I'm delighting myself in the Lord. I'm delighting myself that God get a kick out of me, because he framed me and he knows all about me, where I can laugh with God. I can talk with God. I become friends with God. And so now you begin to delight yourself in the Lord, because now you begin to understand that I know God loves me, but now I'm learning how to love God. See, that's different when it always been a one-on-one, just a one-way relationship with God. But when you start delighting yourself in the Lord, you begin to look at God different. You begin to look at God just like Abraham. Oh, I become a friend of God. Who don't want to be a friend of God? So once you begin to delight yourself in the Lord, you begin to understand that God does knows all about me. That I don't have to have no hidden thoughts or hidden agendas. I don't have to pretend with God. That where God does speaks to me, and I do hear what thus says the Lord. For me, you got to, when you decide to delight yourself in the Lord, you got to make it personal. That's something that you have to do.
So I hope that answered that for you, Carrie. I hope that I can't wait to read what Sabrius is talking about. So, like I said, I hope I get to read all these comments afterwards. But I'm sorry, I can't remember who asked. Maybe raise your hand. Give me a hand raised. Whoever asked this. Somebody asked, what was my favorite vid that I made for myself? And I have over 1,000 videos. It's hard to pick one, but I am going to say the one that I believe is my favorite, and the reason I believe it's my favorite is because I feel like it touched people, was Lord, Where is My Husband? So I did a video called Lord, Where is My Husband? Is God waiting on you, or are you waiting on God? And in that video, just a lot, if you haven't seen it, some of you have been in a blessed place long enough to have heard it, but if you're not, you can look for it. A lot of people have commented or sent me personal message to tell me how that message blessed them. So I would say that's one of my favorite. And then I think maybe one other one I have a video of, it's just a vlog of a lot of different segments of my week or month, and my daddy was in that vlog. And most of you know my dad passed away about 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago. But in that vlog, he was out. We were out at the park. He was racing my nephews, and I don't know. It's just nostalgic. It's one of my favorite vlogs. Seeing my daddy run, and he was not even in the best of health, and he was racing with my nephew on that vlog. So any other questions, you guys, before we go? Because it's 50 minutes. We might go 10 more minutes if we have any questions. And that'll make it an hour. I can't wait to read what happened with Sabria's, because like I feel for you, and I know Denise was saying wow, so I don't know what happened with Sabria's or what happened in the past, but like I said, I'm hoping all of these comments are being saved. So
what happened with Sabria?
I don't know.
Is she still on there?
Yeah, Sabria's, I think Sabria's is still on here.
Ask her then.
Well,
I
didn't want her to have to go and explain it all again.
What if she put up?
D, if you can't answer now, what does that mean? Oh, she said the best years of her life gone.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'll read the comments, because she said she was in a church that was very controlling.
You have to watch churches like that, because see what happened is what I call this church hurt. Once you.
What did he say? Then but I don't know how to read the comments. I don't know. I can't find the comments, so I'd have to wait. So, oh, she said we can comment in a separate vid.
Okay.
Okay, she said not live, so we can comment on a separate vid. So I'll read the comments, and we can. Oh, okay. Please talk to her. Okay, so I'll read the comments, and Sabria's been in a blessed place for years and years and years. So I don't know what happened, but we gonna let the Lord. Wow. So anybody have it? Okay, all right, I'll do that, Denise. I'll read that, and then we'll post in the blessed place, or either do another live or post in the blessed place. Okay, before we go, you guys, anybody else? Any last questions? Don't know when we'll be able to do this again, but I'm hoping that Charles will join me maybe again in a few weeks, and we'll do it again. Thank you, Sister D and Uncle Charles. Thank you for this. All right. I don't know what happened, but definitely don't give up on love. Wow.
Love never fails.
Love never fails. Love never fails. Thank you both for doing this. Thank you for being here, Beth. Thank you all for the questions. This was just so awesome and amazing. I was so nervous. I got a little less nervous as you all started coming in, but I was so nervous going live because there is no editing, and my sisters know how Charles is. I don't know what may come out of his mouth.
Truth.
The truth. Thank you, Shanae. Is that how to pronounce your name? Shanae. Am I pronouncing it right? Oh, Sophia. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just missing it. Hi, Sophia. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us live. Thank you for being in the blessed place. And thank you for being diligent in wanting me to say hi to you, because I appreciate you being here.
How you doing, Sophia? Where's Sophia from?
Sophia, where are you from? And are you normally in the blessed place, or is this your first time? Just waiting, just waiting. Over there, where? What's over there?
She may not want to tell you where she's from.
Oh, well. Oh, right now. Doesn't matter. Let me see if I could. Oh, I was playing with the screen. I'm trying to see how this works here. Oh,
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell y'all.
I didn't know I could scroll on the screen and scroll down to messages. Oh.
Maybe next time our tech service will be a little more better, all right?
I'm learning. Oh, okay. So now I see how to do it. Okay.
Got me in this makeshift studio.
Okay, does anybody ever did live? Do you know, do all the comments save? Shayni. Okay, Shayni. Okay. Thank you, Shayni. Denise is laughing at me. Girl, you know my struggles, girl.
Oh, Denise.
No, not Denita. No, Denise.
Oh.
Is David in here? I don't think David in here today. Okay, you guys. Well, one last question. I just wondered, anybody know if once I turn... Yes. Yes, Deborah. I saw Sophia Reese. Okay. I'm hoping it does so I can read all the comments. Baby, when Crafty wants to... Oh, okay. Baby, they want to know, Crafty wants to know, when will we do live again?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that, Crafty.
He can't tell me, but I will try to get him back live again. It's probably a Sunday evening, probably what works best for us after he's preached and come home and took his nap. So hopefully we can get him back live in a couple of weeks. Probably not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. So hopefully in a couple of weeks we can get him. Oh, they don't save? Because... Oh, shoot. Well, I'm going to have to read this before. Oh, man. Well, okay. Anybody that want to leave, you can leave. But I got to scroll and listen and look at some of these comments because I'm afraid that if I close out, my comments might not save. So I'm going to read what Sabrius said. Or Sabrius. She always Sabrius. I don't even know.
Y'all take care. Be blessed.
Oh, and I'm going to remember what my husband said about social media and how he would want to talk about him. And I'm on social media. So I'm going to have to be mindful of that. Oh, it's still... See, what this is about. So true. Like I said, y'all forgive me. My nose all up in the camera, but I'm looking through the comments. Okay, I cried out to God about a husband, my best friend, compatible may still haven't showed up all these years. I'm over 45 years old, no children, never been married, said something wrong with women like me, which is not true. Nope, definitely not true. Thank you, Gloss, so true. But this is what I'm hearing with men. That's from the wrong men. Don't believe them. That's lies straight from hell. I have seen some ugly men for real and have had. This is just so ghetto. I was in a church for many years and still didn't get married and in the church, and I was very controlling. It was hard to get married there because of many different reasons. They would say women overweight, no discipline, not. Oh, girl, I was much smaller back in the day. Oh, I came there when I was 19, left when I was 36 years old. That's old. I wouldn't date other Christian men from other churches, only my sector. The best years of my life gone. I was in a church, very controlling. I obeyed and never had said I was faithful. My church was, you know what, Sabrias? I don't even know if you're still here, but maybe I'll talk to you in another video if you're not still here. But even though your church might have, and I don't know, I'm not trying to pass judgment in your church, but maybe they had it wrong. Definitely they had that wrong. If that was their teaching or their saying, that was definitely wrong. But okay, hi Sabriz, you're still here. But Sabriz, you know what? God will give you beauty for ashes. Girl, don't have me start crying up in here. I get emotional sometimes when it comes to certain things, because especially when it comes to women, it's like I love women and I want so much for us, and we're amazing. We're absolutely amazing. And then if we knew how amazing we were, it would just blow our minds. And oh Lordy have mercy. You're amazing, you're awesome, and your church had it wrong. If that was their teaching, they had it so wrong. And it has nothing to do with your size and discipline and all of that. But regardless of what you're...
like a cult.
Yeah, regardless... I don't want to talk, because I don't know if it's a cult, and I don't want to talk bad about, her church or whatever. But they definitely had that wrong. But I do know that regardless of what they said or what they did, you were faithful. You were faithful, and God will reward you for your faithfulness. And He will punish those who deserve punishment, and He will reward those who were faithful for their faithfulness, even if they were faithful under an erroneous teaching. So if you are faithful to God, then God is going to reward you for your faithfulness. You might say, well, I'm over 45. When is He going to do this rewarding? But just continue to stay faithful to God. But don't believe what the things that have been implanted in you. And it's easy to say don't believe it when you're not in it. And I know it's much harder it's harder not believe something that you've been taught and has been placed in you and has been beat into you, and it has been, I know it's easy for me to tell you to remain faithful, but God is going to reward your faithfulness. He will give you beauty for ashes. So you are lovable, and somebody will come along who will love you, and you just continue to do to get your healing. You continue to do what it takes for you to be healed. You continue to do what it takes for you to know that you are loved, so that you're a whole woman you're a whole woman for who God has for you. But you don't want to be half healed. You don't want to be half of who God will have. Yes, God can bless you in your brokenness, and quite often He does bless us in our brokenness. But you want to be fully healed and made whole, and realize that was just erroneous teaching, and that was not true. And you are loved, and you're lovable, and you're deserving. You are deserving of love. Yes, you are. You're deserving of love. And there are men who love big girls. And then there are some men who is not so much that they just love big girls. Some men, like Charles said, they just matured to the fact that they want a good woman, and they ain't worrying about the size and shape and color and all of that stuff. They want a good woman, and especially a good woman who's going to help them, make them better, and a good woman who loves the Lord. So my thoughts and my prayers are with you. There's my baby coming in. My thoughts and my prayers are with you, that you be made whole. And I really pray that you be made whole. And
Start to interrupt your video.
No, we live up in here. But say hi to the people.
Hi.
So Sabriz, my heart and prayer is with you. I've heard of those really controlling churches like that, and I can go on and on about that, but that's it. I'm gonna Auntie Denise said hi. So, baby, I think Deborah is still ill. God, give her the desires. Yes, Lord, give her the desires of her heart. She has been faithful. She has been faithful, Lord Jesus. Even if it was faithful to some erroneous teaching, she was still faithful to God. She still was faithful to you, Lord. Give her peace that surpasses all understanding, and bless her with love that she desires and that she deserves, Lord Jesus. Baby, Deborah's still on her. Did you enjoy your stew beef?
Tell Deborah. Yes, I did, Deborah. Enjoyed it very well. I just thank God for the kindness. I just ask that He continue to touch your heart, and that the Lord touch your heart to give me more pleasant surprises.
Deborah, you talking about your stew beef? All right. Deborah said, yay. Okay, well, I want to give y'all a shout. I know y'all know my sisters, but I want to give shout out to my sisters Denise, who is my round hips on here, and Deborah, who is Love to Talk Deb. I just want to give them shout out because they here, and I mean they stayed for the whole 60 minutes. 65 minutes. They stayed for the whole 65 minutes and were so engaging. And I just saw them today at church, so that's what make it extra special, because they be like, we just heard from Pastor preaching, and we just saw First Lady. So we ain't about to sit here for the whole hour and something. But I love y'all girls. Y'all, they my bestest friends. All right. and know all the answers too. And that's what I love too, because when I get on this camera, whatever I say, they could be like, that ain't true. But they know, hey, we are who we are off the camera and on the camera. I know you don't like no long vids, Deborah. But she said she loved this. All right, you guys. Y'all know I can talk on and on camera forever.
Yeah.
Let me get off and give my man some... Let me give him some tension. Let me give him some tension, since he already done put me on blast that he ain't getting enough attention because of my social media.
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say that?
She misreading y'all.
Oh, what did you say, baby?
I said that sometimes when I come out that I want to talk about me.
Oh, okay.
You know, you do give me attention. You do. She takes care of me very well.
Hey, what a wonderful way to end this video. Let's hurry up and go. Bye, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to turn it off.
OFF.